Hello, whoever's on. I am here to do this week's episode of Tuesday Talks, and I'm actually on a little early. I didn't even realize that I got on a little early until now, but I was trying to make sure I had everything set and ready to go. And plus, I don't know if any of you guys have an Android phone, but that darn big speak thing kept going off and getting on my nerves. Hi, Jamaica girl. Hi. Hey, Naive. Hey, Plans and Pins. Thank you guys for joining. Be sure to come on in and ring the doorbell and hit like and hit subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Um, um, Let me start by giving you guys a reminder. So, those of you that have Instagram, those of you, hi Amber, those of you that, and Cheryl, hello. Those of you that have Instagram or YouTube, or you do plan with me videos, or you show your planner spreads, please don't forget to go and visit my blog and sign up for my first planner party link up. Um, there was a lot of behind the scenes work that I had to do to get that up and running. So this is a way for planners to come and connect and show off their spreads in one place. So you can link, I believe you're able to link to an Instagram post, you can link to a blog post, or you can link a YouTube video. And I did a live on it the other day, so if you want, you can go check out the live. And I kind of did like a demo on how to go and do the link. So when you go to the post, you scroll down at the very end of the post on the blog, and there's a little blue button with a frog, and that's where you click, and then you can either link your video or your post. And the great thing about this planner party link up is, as I said, you can get to connect with a lot of different planners all in one place instead of trying to remember to watch everybody's YouTube and look at everybody's Instagram. Everybody will be there in one spot, and you can click and look at everything there. And it gives you a chance to meet new planners and make new planner friends that you maybe didn't already know about already. I have a fashion link up party, which is very similar on my blog, and that goes every Wednesday. And the planner party link up will run every Monday at 12 a.m. Central Time to Wednesday 11 p.m. Central Time. So you still have the rest of tonight and all through tomorrow to go ahead and link up. And so what's going to happen is when the party comes back on next Monday, I will have featured the person who had the most views and the planner spread that I personally like the most. But you've got to link up in order for me to be able to do that. Can you do old videos? I'm really asking that it be like the current plan with me for the current week, or the current spread for that week. Just so we're looking at what people are currently doing. But I've only had one person go link up so far. And if other people want to be considered to have the best spread for this week, you got to go link up. You got to go link up. So, I mean, and it's really quick to do it as well. And the rules are all there that need to be followed for the party and everything. So it's all there. Um, yeah. So avoiding. All right. Okay, I'll do videos next month. Still shy when it comes to doing spread. No problem. Like, so naive. If you want to even, like, if you've already done a spread, you want to take a picture, you want to put it on Instagram, then you can find the link, the web address link for that Instagram post, and you can go insert that link at the planner link up party. It doesn't have to necessarily be a YouTube video. So like with the fashion link party that I do, a lot of fashion bloggers link back to their own blogs is what they do. So you can still participate without doing a video, excuse me, as long as you have like a photo of your spread and you have a web link for that photo. So once again, thank all of you that are here. I'm so glad that you're here. I wanted to talk about self-care today. I'm trying to be better at self-care, and I started that today by doing a really serious wash day. I literally, y'all, like no joke, I literally just finished fooling with my head about 30 minutes ago. And I started about 3:30ish, 4 o'clock. It's a long process. Natural hair is a long process. And but I needed to really wash it. I had been putting it off. And I was going to wash and then go to the gym, but it's cold here. And so I was like, let me go to the gym first. That way I don't have to go back out while my hair is wet, and then that just wouldn't be cool. Um, so yeah, but it takes a lot of time. I don't know how many of you might have natural hair, but it takes a lot of time to fool with it. And I really wanted to do a good wash, so I washed it twice, conditioned it, and then I always try on wash day to do a deep conditioning. And what I did today is I did my deep conditioning for an hour. And so what I usually do is I put the leave-in conditioner. Well, I use really like a hair mask is what I usually do. So I put the hair mask on and plastic cap. And what I like to do is while I'm washing, I take a towel and I put it in the dryer and let it start getting warm. And so when I'm done washing, I take that warm towel, wrap it around my head, and I just let it sit on there for 30 minutes to an hour. But yeah, it is very, very time consuming. It does take a lot. That's why. Plans and pins, I really feel like chopping my hair off. Like it is, I call my hair Optimus Prime. And the reason I call it Optimus Prime because it will transform on me. So if I let this dry tonight and I go and untwist it in the morning, it'll probably look good for like a couple of hours, and then it'll just change into something else. Yeah, that's why I call it Optimus Prime, because it always transforms on me. It might do what it needs to do tomorrow, because it usually does better when the air is cold and there's not a lot of humidity. But it's just, my hair is like the most misbehaved child. It kind of just does its own thing. It does what it wants to do. So yeah. Hi, Sherry. Yeah, so it took me a while to do what I needed to do with it today, because I did want to really deep condition it well. I tried a new product today. I was in Walmart, and I found a new product by Shea Moisture. So they have like a new line, which is they said it's more for like people with 3C, 3 to 4C curl pattern. And it was called, they have the shampoo, the conditioner, and the cream. The cream is called Curl Stretch Pudding. So I use that because I have serious shrinkage. Like shrinkage is no joke. So, and I'm hoping that it looks better and has less shrinkage tomorrow. If I decide to untwist it tomorrow, I might just leave it twisted for a couple more days. I haven't really decided yet. But I do feel that I really need to get a haircut, and I've been putting that off, and all that's doing is causing breakage. And so I just really just need to go ahead and do it. And I'm the kind of person, I'm like, I'm just frugal. Okay, guys, some people might call me cheap, but I'm frugal. So I don't like to pay for something that I could possibly do myself, if that makes sense. Although I know I can't cut my own hair because I can barely cut straight as it is with scissors. My mom has offered to like snip my ends for me. I might take her up on that, but I really want a real professional cut. I would trim my own ends during wash day. I'm scared. I'm really scared to try that myself. And I've never tried it myself. My mom has done it for me a couple of times. because I just feel like I'm gonna mess it up in the parts where I can't really see the back of my head. Um, but I really want to get a professional cut. I want to get it in a bob. The last time I got it professionally cut, I got it cut in a nice bob. And I want to do that, maybe get a silk press so that it's completely straight when it's cut and the cut is exactly the way that it needs to be. But I'm just like, how much is that going to cost me? I just don't really want to spend a lot of money. But I'm thinking you don't, it's part of your self-care. Just do it, spend that money. And another thing I want to do, hopefully by the end of the month, is go and get me a massage because I haven't done that in quite a while, actually. Um, so I definitely want to do that, even though when I go, they recommend that I come every 2 weeks because my back is bad. Um, Even yesterday when I was at work, it was so cold in the building, they didn't have the heat on. There was no way they could have possibly had the heat on. And my back just started going into spasms because I was so cold. And it just felt like somebody was just stomping in, like, inside of my skin, just stomping around in my back. I mean, it was just a horrible feeling. But yeah, that's another thing I want to do. So I'm sure there are a lot more people out there like you ladies that are probably doing better at self-care than I do. I have not even gone to get a manicure yet because I'm like, I don't want to go until all my nails have grown out pretty much the same length. Because usually right when I'm ready to go, one of them rips or breaks badly. And so I have to let it grow out. And I just don't feel like paying when when there's not a complete set of nails for them to work with. That might sound crazy, but that's just me. So I need to get better at self-care. So I wanted to talk about that today and see what you ladies are doing as far as your self-care goes. What do you do? How often do you do it? And what do you consider as part of your self-care? Because I know there's a lot of different areas that fall under that umbrella of self-care. I mean, there are physical things, there are spiritual things, mental things, emotional things. All of that can kind of fall under our self-care. I'm terrible. Sorry, I gotta get my tablet. See, I'm terrible with self-care, mainly as far as manicure, pedicure, textile. Let me teach you. You know, I'm the same way. Plans and pins. I'm really the same way. Hey, Christy, I have your video in my tabs ready to watch when I'm done with this live. Y'all, do y'all open up as many tabs as I do and then wonder why your computer starts going slow? Yeah, but anyways, plans and pins, I'm the same way. I'm in desperate need of a pedicure right now. I used to go, at one point I was going regularly. I was getting my nails done regularly. I was getting a pedicure regularly. And why can't I say regularly properly? But then I just kind of stopped because, like you said, part of it is like I just kind of don't want to spend the money. And I still haven't really found a nail salon that I really, really like. Either I'm waiting forever or I just don't care for the full total job that they do. There's one nail salon that I was frequenting that's in one of the Walmarts here near me. They do pretty good work. There's one guy in there, I don't care for him because I feel like he just kind of rushes. But they do pretty good work, but they're always packed. And they have this thing, like, you can call them and you can ask, are they busy? They will tell you they're not busy just to get you in there. And then you show up, and because I don't live far from there, and then I'll show up and it's like packed in there. Or I don't like making an appointment and I'm still waiting. That kind of stuff frustrates me. Nothing irritates me more than wasting my time. Like, I can't stand it. But you paint your own nails. See, I'm not good at painting my own nails. I can do my left hand and my feet, but when I have to come and do my right hand because I'm right-handed and I have to use my left hand, that's when it just all gets crazy. And I use a lot of nail polish remover when I'm trying to do my own nails because I'm always having to doctor it up and fix it. I've been saying I would paint my nails for about 3 weeks, but haven't yet. Yeah, I need a pedicure bad. You know, speaking of the whole germs thing, sometimes I feel like my feet are horrible, right? And then you get to the nail shop and you realize your feet are the most beautiful thing there ever was when you start comparing your feet to the other feet that are there. So I went one time and this lady, she was in the chair next to me getting a pedicure, and I was like, had my feet soaking, waiting. She had like all kind of stuff going on with her feet. Like there were like literally like craters in the bottom of her feet. And I told the girl, you will not use those same tools on me. So don't even think about it. I said, I saw her feet. You will not use those same tools on my feet. It is just not. Y'all, when I tell you, it looked like she'd been walking on hot coals. It was bad. I would have been, she shouldn't have been at the nail salon. She should have been at a, what do you call the feet doctors? Orthopedics? I don't know. Hey, Nikki. Yeah, she should have been at a foot doctor, not at the nail. I mean, when I tell y'all it was bad, podiatrist, there you go. It was bad. There were literally craters in the bottom of her feet and her. Ooh, I will never forget that day, ever. And there is one nail salon that I started going to. What I like is they have a whole little kit that they pull out. So they never use like the same nail file and all this stuff. They have a whole little kit and they use it separately for you. And then they have liners for the bowls. So your feet don't even actually go inside the bowl itself. They put the liner over there, run the water in that. And when they're done, they take the liner out and toss that out. But the one thing I don't like about this place, everything else I love. They have a really nice atmosphere in there. It's like a spa atmosphere. But the one thing I didn't like was that the basic pedicure, they don't use that, what is that thing called? It's not a loofah. It's the other one that has like the little holes in the bottom that kind of looks like a cheese grater. That, they don't use that as part of their basic pedicure, which I thought was insane. I'm like, everybody uses that thing. Everybody uses that in their basic pedicure. But they do give you like the hot towel wrap. And I think the paraffin wax too. If I'm not mistaken, the paraffin wax comes in their basic pedicure. But that really bothered me. And then one time I paid extra for the pedicure that uses the thing, and the lady still didn't use the thing. She was like, oh, your feet didn't need them. They weren't that bad. But that was the whole reason I paid the extra, was for you to use the thing. So I actually went to Sally's and I bought me one of those things. Why is it still in the package? Because I haven't used it. Yeah, and I'm always like, okay, you can kind of do your own feet. I have like a foot scrub that I use every now and then. But yeah, y'all, I need to find a decent salon. And the thing is, I know when I find the one that I like, I'm going to have to really come out of my pocket. And I don't like coming out of my pocket a lot of money. So that's the thing with that. Oh, why would I tell you that during dinner time? I'm sorry, Naive. I didn't know you were eating. My bad. But yeah, so I used to go regularly. Like I said, I was getting the overlay on my nails, not the actual tip or fake nail on top. They would just put the powder stuff on top of my own nails. And I was doing that. I was going regularly and getting that done. But if they didn't put it on super thick, then my nails just kept breaking. So it was like pointless. And then I didn't want it super thick because that looks nasty. The good tools were the old Credo blades. Credo blades? I don't remember those. You do your own hair and your own feet? Yeah. Me and hair have never gotten along. Like, ever. Not naive. Me and my hair, we've never gotten along. So I think I just kind of got spoiled because when my hair was relaxed, I would get my hair done literally every week. Like I was getting it done every week. So it was nicely trained and all of that. And then I started teaching, and then it was just like, I don't have time to go every week. And so I would try to go every 2 to 3 weeks, because when I had a relaxer, if I went longer than 4 weeks without another relaxer, I would look like buckwheat, like no joke, because my hair is very thick and it would just, yeah, I literally had to get a relaxer every 4 weeks. Some people can go months without one, and I don't understand that, but not me. You and your hair have gotten all. So I think I just kind of got spoiled, like, having going to the salon all the time. But then you go to the salon and you're waiting and you're waiting. I don't like waiting. If I make an appointment, I'm ready to be seen. That's just how I am about that. But there's nothing that I do regularly for self-care that I should be doing. Like, of course, I do my basic hygienic stuff. But even my eyebrows, I don't get them done as regularly as I should. And when these suckers grow out, I look like Oscar the Grouch from Sesame Street. So, hey, Bev. So if nothing else, I should go get my eyebrows done regularly, because I will look like Oscar the Grouch easily. Hey, Carkeisha. So we're sitting here talking about self-care. Nyleaf says her and her hair gets along well. She does a lot of things for herself. Plans and Pins was saying how she sometimes does her own nails, colors her nails herself. Who else? What do you guys do, and how often do you do it? Because maybe I can get some motivation from you guys here tonight, so that I can literally start a routine and try and stick with it. It's just like I said, when I got into teaching, it was hard to do a lot of stuff, because you're teaching all day, and it just interferes with you doing a lot of stuff, and then you can't do everything on the weekends, so that's another issue. So Beth, what about you? Any self-care routines that you have? Meditation 7 days a week, twice a day in the morning, 5 to 10 minutes in the evening. Dang, Naleeb, you got it going on, girl. I probably need to do something like that in the morning, since I'm not a morning person. That might help me. I'm money cautious, so I go to the nail salon twice a month. That's still way more than me, Corkeisha. That's way more than me. I think that's why my self-care falls in. Yeah, teaching is draining, and I can't really complain, because I don't teach every day like I used to. That might change within the next week or so, but my schedule is still more flexible than it was prior. But I'm just still like frugal. That's my thing. I'm frugal, and I just don't want to spend the money all the time. I treat myself to something nice, food, stickers, or anything I want, but nothing expensive. That's cool. I polish my own most of the time. I would buy polish, and then it will just kind of sit and just kind of go bad, because I don't really use it. I try to keep something around, especially for like when I travel, in case. Normally when I travel, I try my best to get a pedicure before I go travel anywhere. Like before I went on my cruise, before I went to Seattle in Canada, things like that. I try to get a pedicure before I go do those types of things. And then I try to carry some kind of nail polish with me in case my polish gets messed up or whatever. I didn't take anything on the cruise, and y'all, I don't know how it happened. We were like the second day on our cruise, and my big toe, all the polish had come off of there. And so every photo I took for the rest of that cruise, I had to be very strategic in how I stood and tried to make sure nobody could see that I was missing this big patch of nail polish on my big toe. I didn't even think I could have went and probably bought some on the ship. I didn't even think to try and do that, but it wasn't going to match what I had. You know what I mean? I had this really tropical color because we were going to Jamaica. Yeah, that was hilarious. I'm in the trenches, 27 students in 5 classes, ninth and 11th grade. Oh my goodness. I remember those days. At the most, I had 37 kids in one class one year, and it was seventh period, and we had 8 periods. They weren't trying to listen to me. Those kids were not trying to listen to me that many at that time of the day. It just wasn't happening. Find a channel on YouTube, see what you can do for yourself. It will help motivate you, I think. Yeah, one thing I'm trying to master that I haven't quite mastered yet, and it probably has something to do with my whole lack of patience. So I'm trying to master the flat twist. I don't know how to do it. I've never known how to braid. Never learned how to do braiding. So I think people that know how to braid can do the flat twist pretty much easier. And like I said, I was spoiled because I was going to the shop, beauty shop every week. And I just haven't learned how to do it. Tried the Bantu knot thing. I tried it wet. I tried it dry. No. So I want to master the flat twist because then my washing day will go by faster. I can do flat twist instead of all these single twists, and then it won't take as long. But yeah, when I first went natural, that's all I did was watch a whole bunch of videos, and the ladies sometimes make it seem so easy, and I'm like, why can't I just do the same thing? So definitely want to try looking at some more videos. I found a lady on YouTube who made flat twists make sense. It takes a lot of practice. Yeah, I can do that whole roll and tuck thing. That's easy for me. But I can do the flat twist. But I'm not gonna give up on it yet because I really want to be able to do that, and so I can twist quicker and still kind of get the same look without having to do as many twists. So yeah, I definitely want to start learning to do more things with my hair, but I really need to go get a professional cut because my ends are a hot mess. And I want to at least get my eyebrows done at least every 3 weeks. At least. I'm blessed with my hair because my best friend is a hairstylist and my sister helps me. Oh, I have several relatives that do hair, but none of them really do natural hair. Like, I could go probably get one of them to do some braids, but they're always busy too. I love y'all, but y'all always busy. And then I just don't like waiting forever. So yeah, that's the only problem. But that's nice to have somebody to help you. My mom will sometimes help me twist my hair, but she hates it because my hair is really thick. But I'm like, I got that hair from you, so. But one thing I noticed, my hair looks better when my mom twists it as opposed to when I twist it myself. So there's a young lady I went to in March, and I got some box braids done by her before I went on my cruise, and I'm going to try and call her back up to check with her about doing the whole silk press and cut, see how much that's going to be. And then I think once I get a nice cut, then I might be able to start training my hair better because it'll be nice and freshly cut, and maybe it'll cooperate more. And then maybe I can stop calling it Optimus Prime and I can call it something more positive, Pedicures, I probably need to do those at least every 2 to 3 weeks. I might get away with once a month there, but we shall see. Yeah, this is Optimus Prime. I don't know if you caught when I was talking about it earlier, Corkeisha. I said because it'll transform on me. It'll look one way for a few hours, and then next thing I know, it looks It looks like something else. I don't know why my hair does that to me. Um, but yeah. What do you guys do as far as your self-care for like emotional and mental self-care? Because I know, Nylee, you say you do a lot of meditation, um, but I don't think I really do anything for emotional and mental self-care, and I probably need to do something for that. I usually just, I mean, I pray, but I read my Bible, but I do like a Bible study or whatever. But as far as anything else, no. Um, One thing though is a goal for this year is to have less drama and let other people's problems affect me a lot less, if not at all, this year, because that's just not healthy. Therapy. My therapist had recommended me to do meditation. It helps keep me off meds. That's good. That's good. I know some years ago, let's see, I need to get up early enough to do my daily devotion and journal about my daily. You know, plans and pins, because I'm not a morning person, I don't do any kind of reading in the morning. And that I know that's when most people they do their devotionals, they do a little Bible reading in the morning. I just feel like I would not be giving it my full attention and my all because I'm not a morning person. But I need to do something, even if it's just a quick prayer that nice quick prayer, quick devotional. I need to find some little quick devotionals to do in the mornings when I wake up. With my schedule kind of being flexible right now, sometimes I might not wake up till like after 10 o'clock. It just depends on what day of the week it is. But I definitely need to get into some kind of routine with that as well. But some years ago, I was really stressed at a job I was working at, and I thought something was wrong with me physically. And then they did all these tests, nothing was wrong. So they had me go talk to a therapist, and they were like, oh, you're suffering from anxiety, blah, blah, blah. And they put me on Zoloft and they put me on Xanax. I've always had low tolerance for medications as it is, but I did not like the way either of those meds made me feel at the time I was working overnight. And most everything will either make me drowsy or dizzy and nauseous or all of the above. And so that made me feel really funky in the head, those two meds. And I didn't feel that it was safe for me to be driving in the wee hours in the morning to work, because I think then I was going in like at 1 in the morning with these meds affecting me. And I was taking the meds before work because that's when I was stressed at work. And so eventually I just stopped taking them, and I just started praying about the situation, and I eventually left the job so that I would not be stressed by that. I really want to, yeah. When I taught regularly every day, all day, when I would come home, I didn't want to deal with paper. That was the first thing. I didn't want to see any paper because I dealt with paper all day at work. And I didn't really want to have any interaction with children, which I don't have kids, but sometimes my godson would want to come around, and I'm just like, I just dealt with kids all day, and I don't want to deal with kids. And so I either wanted to like be to myself or have some kind of adult interaction, because I didn't dealt with kids all day, all day long. I'm gonna link you. Yes, do that, Naive. Sleep sounds. I heard the Headspace app is really great. Headspace. Okay, I need to write that down. Let me write that down. Headspace app. I used to have this app on one of my tablets, I think. The funny thing is, I downloaded this app some years back to try and help put my godson to sleep. You know, like you were talking about, plays the nice music and you can like blend different sounds together or however you wanted to do it. But that thing would always put me to sleep before it put him to sleep. And I was trying to put him to sleep. So yeah, I just eventually stopped using it because that was the main reason I was using it anyways, was for him. But it was knocking me out. Reading during lunch break always helps keep me motivated throughout the day. Plus it keeps me from spazzing out on my coworkers. Yes. Especially last year, because it was a stressful teaching year last year. I would have to literally like bump my music loud in my car on my way to work, and I'd have to listen to some stuff to really get me hype for the same reason. So I wouldn't go off on somebody or go off on the kids or whatever, or I had a whole little playlist that I had on my tablet. I let the kids suggest songs and I added their suggestions to the playlist if they were appropriate songs, because almost everything they suggested was inappropriate. And then when things got stressful in class, I let the playlist start going. We be in middle of class singing and going on. But hey, that kept me from snapping on somebody. It's an app that helps you learn how to meditate and be more mindful in the moment. Okay. Sleeping during my breaks help me. You mean sleeping at work? Nali? I used to do that sometimes when I worked overnight, especially when I was like first getting used to working overnight. I would like on my break, we'd go in the break room and sleep. One time I was like, I'm so tired. And I made it look like I was just going to the restroom. I was like, they're not going to come in the stall to see what I'm doing. So let them just think I'm in here handling my business. But I literally was just sitting there asleep. And then I woke up and I started freaking out because I'm like, where am I? Because all I see is all the walls of the little the bathroom stall. And I started freaking out like, well, where am I at? And then I realized you've been in here asleep and there's no telling how long you've been in here asleep. You better go get back to your desk. But yeah, I used to just sneak and I was like, because nobody's going to come in the stall and be like, are you in there asleep? They're just going to think I'm in there handling my business. So I literally used to do that all up, actually more than I should have, and go in there and just take a little cat nap. Because I used to work, like I said, I worked overnight. I was on the phone. We sold insurance to the military people that were overseas. And I'll never forget, y'all, one night I was really out of it. I'd fallen asleep, and I remember them saying, Tamika, you got a call. So my head was on the desk. My headset had fallen halfway off. And I just remember adjusting the headset and just, like I was drooling and y'all, it was so bad. My coworkers were laughing their butts off at me. But get your rest, people. But I never sleep. Like when I worked overnight, I slept all the time. And I would like sleep all day until it was time to go to work again. But yeah. So maybe that's what my problem is now. I just need more sleep. That's what it is. I just need more sleep. I don't know. Oh, goodness. Yeah. Those were the days. And I think the reason I fell asleep that night, y'all, because I ain't gonna lie to y'all, me and my coworkers sometimes, because we work at night, we would go in, like I said, at 1. Sometimes we would go out before we went to work, before we went into work. We'd walk into work with our ears ringing from the music from the club. The things we do in our 20s, I tell you. I'm past all of that now. You know, Naive, I didn't think the main reason I went overnight in the first place was because there was extra pay to work overnight. I think that was the main reason I did it. And I was trying to get away from my old manager. And the first few weeks was a struggle. Like my body would actually be shaky because I was trying to get used to staying up all night. But once I got used to it, I loved it. I just sleep better during the day for some reason. I just, yeah. So I know that should be something I should be working on as part of my self-care is getting more sleep. I don't go to bed. Usually, I would say my average time to go to sleep is about 1 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes two, sometimes later than that. Um, I have to be sick or I have to be angry. That's the only time I go to bed early. And so what was it? Friday. Yeah, Friday I was suffering from my allergies, so I actually went to bed early. So when I teach and the kids are in there like, "Oh, I'm so tired." No, they cannot give me that excuse because I guarantee you I was up later than any one of you and I'm wide awake. So you can't give me that I'm sleepy stuff. Set an alarm and let you know it's bedtime. I have to do that. That ain't gonna work, Melly. I'm gonna still be up. Corkeisha, what kind of work do you do? I don't drink coffee. I hate coffee actually. I don't drink coffee. Nursing? Okay, cool. Yeah, a lot of nurses usually do overnight shifts. But like I said, I worked at an insurance company, and we were the only people there at night. So we had this huge department, but we were the only unit that worked overnight. So it was maybe about, I don't even think we had maybe 25 people in our unit, if that. Um, so we had the whole floor to ourselves. We were the only ones there. So it was nice. Have Yes, I tried the melatonin. Let me tell you what happened with that. It kicked in at the wrong time. It didn't kick in right away. And when it did kick in, I needed to be awake. And I was struggling. So I have tried it though. I know people say drink, like the sleepy time teas. I don't do the sleepy time teas because every sleepy time tea I've looked at has spearmint in the ingredients, and spearmint makes me nauseous. So I don't do any sleepy time teas. You're supposed to take melatonin in the morning? Really? I took it at night because I thought you're supposed to take it at night and then it helps you sleep. So what is it, like a slow release thing, or like, I'm confused with that. Hmm. There is what, lavender tea. I think it's supposed to help you relax and stuff too. Melatonin in the morning because it's lower. Nobody told me that when I took it before, y'all. Nobody told me that. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Is this thing good? Focus. Um, yeah, nobody told me that. So that explains why I was struggling the next day because I took it at night thinking that's when I was supposed to take it. Now I know. And knowing is half the battle. So now I know. I might have to try it again. I took it at night too. Yeah, nobody told me. That way by bedtime, you'll be ready for bed. So like what's the time frame from when you take it to when it pretty much knocks you out? Because I will have to really time that. Is it like an 8 hour thing, or like if you were to take it like it's 7, 8 in the morning, about what time will it start kicking in and having you out in the evening? It was like 12 hours later, 8, 10 hours. It depends on the person. Oy. I'll have to try it on a day that I don't have to get up the next day. That way I can see how it affects me. Um, I mean, I don't want to become dependent on anything. That's another thing. I don't want to become dependent. Although that's supposed to be all natural. Am I not? Am I right? Not sure. I'll have to try it. Yeah, I definitely have to try it when I have the time to test it out. Because I know you, Natalie, you be the first one off the line. It's like, okay, I'm going to bed. For me, if I know to go to bed around 8 p.m. So it's all natural. Okay. Yeah. Sounds touchy. That's why we gonna test it when we have time, Sherry. That's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna test it. I probably test it out. So wait, if I want to see when I go to bed on Friday night, I'll probably try Saturday. I'll probably try it Saturday and see what it does. I don't take it much now, but I will take it if I have a long day. Okay. Now, if I really want to go to sleep, I can just take any other kind of medication because almost everything makes me drowsy. Like, seriously, everything. I have Zyrtec for my allergies. It is non-drowsy. It puts me to sleep. Um, I've taken an ibuprofen before, and it put me to sleep. So everything just pretty much knocks me out. That's why I don't like medications. But my body had already reset. So yeah, so I try to find natural remedies. I have this huge book, and it's all natural remedies for almost any and everything that you can think of. So I try to resort to that book sometimes instead of taking medication. So what I need to do is see if they have something to help me with my allergies, because and the vertigo, because that's why I got sick on Friday. My allergies caused the vertigo, and I try not to even go outside Friday because of that. I literally opened the door, reached around like this and grabbed the mail, because the mail box is right on the side of the house right there. So literally I did this number here, and the cedar still got me, and I ended up getting vertigo Friday. I didn't get it really bad, but I did get it, and I got dizzy and nauseous, and so I had to take that medication. And really the only thing that helps with that is just closing your eyes and going to sleep. But if I could find something in that book to help me with the vertigo, that's gonna really, really help my life a lot. Do you diffuse any essential oils to help with sleep support or not? No, I don't, and I should. But that's something maybe I need to add to my self-care routine. I'm writing some stuff down here, so I need to do what were we just talking about? The melatonin, and then essential oils for allergies. I need to get a diffuser. I don't have one. I need to get one. Hey, coffee planner. Yeah, so I need to get a diffuser. I don't have one. Lavender. Yeah, lavender I heard has a lot of nice healing effects. It was a couple of months ago, I had very bad, like, menstrual cramps, and I haven't had very bad menstrual cramps in a long time. And I mean, I was crying. It was so bad. But I have, what is that stuff? Aleve, but my doctor really told me to stop using it because he says it's like a blood thinner. I wanted to pop that Aleve so bad, but I didn't. And so I went to that book, and then I went online to see what helps, and they said lavender oil. So I just took some lavender oil, put it on a cotton ball, and I just literally rubbed it on my stomach, and it took a while. It didn't go away right away. So it took about, I would say about 20 to 30 minutes, and then the cramps were gone. It was just a blessing. I was so grateful. But yeah, personal essential oil inhalers. Where do you find these things at? Can you find that kind of stuff like at Whole Foods? Essential oil inhaler. It's nothing like a neti pot, is it? Whole Foods and Etsy. Okay. Ooh, y'all are helping me here. Come on, to try some of this stuff. Okay, definitely. So, Coffee Planner, we've been talking about self-care, and since you just joined us, do you have any things that you do on the regular for your self-care, and like how often do you do it? Oh, pine and ginger? Okay. Ask pine and ginger. PNG. You make your own? You make your own inhalers? You're lacking in self-care too, Coffee? I'm lacking. I gotta do better. Um, if nothing, I need to do something to keep me calm. My first emotion is usually one of anger. Like, I don't really, all my other emotions take the back seat to anger. And I'm trying to get better with that for sure. You used to take candlelit baths. I am more of a shower person, but I don't mind doing it. I just don't want to take, I don't know, if I take a bath, I want it to be like at a nice hotel on a nice garden tub or something like that. And I don't have one of those here at this house. I'll DM you and we can see what might work best for you to start with. Okay, thank you. I don't drink at all, so no. I don't drink, so wine ain't gonna be the cure for me. Candlelit showers too? Okay, I can get down with that, Coffee Planner. Candle, as long as I don't light nothing on fire. I like really hot showers, and I need to do something to help replenish the moisture in my skin because of that. Because my showers are like extremely hot. That's the only way I feel clean. Get some shower steamers. Ooh, y'all know all the stuff. Shower steam. So I'll spend less money on stickers and more money on self-care. Yes, showers. Yeah, I love a nice hot shower. But I've never did a candlelit shower before. That I'm gonna have to try that. See, I can't. You know how y'all, some people do like the different bubble baths, and yes, that's just what I was about to say. The bath bombs. I can't do all of that stuff. I have a lot of sensitivity, and I cannot use that kind of stuff, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, I can't. I have to, like, I even have to stick with the same soap, and I can't change it up at all. I can't have anything that's heavily scented, or anything like that. So like even today, I went to two Walmarts trying to find my soap because I have one bar that I opened today, and two Walmarts, and I couldn't find what I needed. You have the same problem, Cheryl? Yeah, I've had ovarian surgery 3 times. When I had my first surgery back in '98, they did this thing called a coning of my cervix, and it just left me sensitive to everything. So my doctor was like, you can never change soaps, because if you change soaps, you're going to change your pH balance, and then that's going to cause you to have all kinds of other problems. And so I have to be careful about everything. So all the little smelly lotions, and I can't use none of that stuff. I use the most lightly scented lotions that I can find. Um, it's like, yeah, yeah. And I've been using that same soap since '98, and I could not find it today, and I was going crazy. Tone soap for third. Oh, I remember that soap. Wow. What was it I saw in the store today, and I was shocked they still have it? That Lever 2000 soap. When that soap first came out, like I broke out in hives. I never was able to use that stuff again. But yeah, Tone. Whoa, I didn't even know they still made that. That's pretty cool. Hey, if it works, why switch it up? And that's why I am on a mission to find my soap. So I have to find my soap tomorrow. My older brother was going to the store today, so he said he would look for me. I don't know if he found it or not. No, actually, he called me. He didn't find it. So they have Tone in Walmart. Oh man, so I'm not the only one with the sensitivities. That's good. I'm not alone in that. But yeah, I was fine. I never had any issues until they did that whole coning thing. And so that just changed the game. And back then we still had like the colored toilet papers and stuff. And so I had to stop using colored toilet papers. I don't think they make colored toilet paper anymore. But I could not use the colored or the printed toilet papers anymore after that. Everything just needed to be white and fragrance free if possible, or very lightly fragrant. But yeah, I can do like a body spray, but I don't even risk the very smelly body lotions. I don't even risk them at all. I just don't. What type of soap do I use? I use Dial White. That's what my doctor had suggested to me. Um, it's nothing fun and romantic and sexy about my Dial White soap, but that's what I have to use. And Yeah, that's what I've been using. And they came out with another, like, because most of their packaging has a color, except that Dial White has a white packaging. But they have another bar that's similar, but it's very heavily scented. And so if somebody's buying the soap for me, which is very rare because I usually just buy it myself, I have to make sure that it's not the wrong one. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna go to my third Walmart tomorrow and try to find my soap, because if they stop selling my soap, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I used to use Ivory Moisture Care many, many years ago. I don't know if y'all remember that one. That was the bomb soap. But then they stopped selling it. But I think they came out with something kind of similar now, because I saw something by them today, kind of like about bottle was about this big in a pump bottle. Sis, you try to order it and just pick it up. Oh, the Walmart pickup? Yeah, I just gotta, yeah, I should do that. I should check online first just to make sure they have it so I don't waste a trip. I was on, I had private tutoring earlier today. And since I was over on that side of town already, I tried the two Walmarts that were over in that area, and neither of them had it. So I'm gonna have to try the Walmarts near my house. Or like you said, I'm probably gonna have to do Amazon, because I cannot live without myself. I cannot. So yeah, so I'm gonna have to try some of this stuff y'all are talking about here, like this candlelit shower and the shower steamers. And then, like I said, I need to just, because me and my mom were talking about this today too, that we can just do like a little girls' day and just go get our pedicures together if we don't do it but once a month. Um, And so we can go do that together. I want her to go get that paraffin wax. I know she's had it before, but I want her to go do that with me. Now, my older brother, he used to send us to the spa a lot. Like, I've only paid for the spa once myself. My older brother would always pay for it. He's slacking. I'm gonna have to remind him he's slacking. Um, but they do this foot treatment at the one spa that we go to, and it's really, really nice. I'm in San Antonio. So the last time I went to the spa, I did like the full shebang. I had the little Vichy shower bath, I had the mud bath and the body scrub, I had the foot treatment, and I had the 1 hour massage. Like, I did the works because I was stressing. My back was in knots and I deserved it. And I spent over $200 at the spa that day, but to me it was well worth it. Um, it felt weird to pay myself though, because like I said, my brother would always pay when I would go, so that was weird paying for myself. But I love what they do there for the foot treatment. They do a scrub, they do the paraffin wax, and then they put your feet on the little hot rocks, and it's really nice. So that is something I want to try to do, if not every 2 months, once a quarter, go to the spa. So definitely. Hold on, y'all.
Hi, I'm Bixby. It's great to meet you.
That's how many of y'all have an Android phone? Because that stupid little Bixby thing keeps going off on my phone and it's getting on my nerve. Would you do the little goldfish pedicure? I don't like Bixby. What is the goldfish pedicure? Does that involve real fish? Is that the one where the fish come and like eat away at your feet? Is that is that what you're talking about? Coffee? That creeps me out. That's creeping me out too. Um, have you? I don't know. I don't know if I can do that. Have you tried it before? I don't know if I could do that. That's kind of creeping me out, just like thinking about it. It just made me think about like those little bitty dogs, how they come lick your feet. No thanks on the goldfish. Yeah, I don't know about that. It creeps me out too, but they offered it overseas at this spa. Did you do it though? Did you do it? No. Like, do goldfish have teeth? Like, do they bite? Like what? That's kind of creepy. I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could do it. Do any of you guys like go to a spa regularly? Because my older brother has a membership at some place. He just needs to let me use that membership because he's not using it. They aren't goldfish, I don't think, but they are real fish. I couldn't. I'm just thinking, like, how does that water smell? Ugh. You go twice a year? That sounds reasonable, Corkeisha. Um, it does. I think I could strive for that. Even though the only reason I want to try to do once a quarter is because my back is bad. Like, it's bad, and I really could benefit from a massage regularly. Um, but if I can't do once a quarter, I think twice a year is decent. And then maybe if I can only do twice a year, maybe I can just do the whole full treatment like I did, the last time. One time I did the massage in this whirlpool. thing. They put you in the whirlpool. I think there's like a lot of it's a salt water in there. I want to say whatever it was. They told me I had to drink all this water. Like I was. They gave me this big old glass of water, and they're like, you have to make sure you drink it all. I don't know if it's because the water's kind of hot, but oh Lord. Then I got to the massage after that, and my bladder was full, and I'm like, I gotta pee. And so I was like, I was trying to hold it because the massage was feeling good. And then I was just like, you're gonna pee right here on this table if you don't get up and go to the restroom. So yeah, after drinking all that water, I was just like, "Ah." But yeah, that whirlpool bath was nice. They were like, "Oh, you can bring a swimsuit or you can go in there nude." And I'm saying to myself, I don't know who's been in there. I don't know. I'm not getting in there nude. I took a bathing suit because I was like, I'm not getting in there nude. No, thank you. Once I get a raise, I'll go every 3 months. See, that's my goal. But I will shoot for twice a year if I can't do every 3 months. Um, you have to start putting it in the budget. Yes, duh. Put it in the budget. Yes. Uh, yeah, I need to do that. I need to put that in the budget. Eyebrow waxing and mani pedi. I really need to stop letting my eyebrows get bad because it's not cute. it's, it's not cute when they go bad. Um, Twice works for me because I have a cash envelope sinking fund for it. Okay. I'm scared to do cash envelopes because I have a tendency to spend more if I have cash as opposed to if I use my debit card. Because when I'm using my debit card, I'm more conscious of the fact that that's coming right out of my account. And I don't have a credit card. So, um, but when I have cash, I'm more liable to spend. So I've been trying to think, do I want to do cash envelopes? And I do need to try and do a sinking fund because you just never know when something's going to come up. That's the complete opposite of you. Yeah, I will spend more if I have cash money. I don't know. Because it's right there. Like, it's just right there and ready. If I have cash, I can see my cash disappearing. Maybe that's how I should look at it. And then maybe I won't spend it as much. But to tell y'all the truth, I don't really buy a lot of stuff. Most of my money is spent on food. And I think if I meal plan more, because I really don't cook, but I think if I meal plan more, I would spend less money out on food. Um, because I don't do a lot of shopping, like as far as clothing and stuff like that. I don't do a lot of that. I used to do a lot of I used to buy a lot of shoes all the time, and then I start regulating how much I was spending on shoes, so I had to stop that. Looking at my cash leave my hand makes me want to hold on to it. Yeah, I have to stop eating out. I get desperate because I try to stick to a vegetarian diet. Um, and it's hard to do that in the area that I live in. There's no healthy restaurants around here. And so then sometimes I'm just like really hungry and I'll just go buy something out. And I mean, I could go to some places and get some cheap food, but that's exactly what I'm going to get, some cheap, horrible food. So some of the places where I'm spending more money have better quality of food, and it's still sometimes a hit or miss. Um, when I want autocorrect to work, it fails me. Yeah, so if I stop spending as much money on food, I'll be good. But I've regulated the shopping. Shoes get me too, but I'm focused on something right now, so I won't go your shoe store. I do online shopping more than anything. I don't have the patience to shop in a store. I get frustrated um, in store. And for a while, I was buying shoes like all the time. I literally have a pair of shoes in three different colors. The same pair of shoes. Why? Because they were on sale one day. So I bought three pair in three different colors. That's the kind of thing that I do. Um, I get emails all day, every day from different retailers and stuff trying to get me to spend my money. And so I've just kind of gotten into the habit of ignoring the emails unless I see something that looks like it's a big major sale going on. And then I'll see if it's worth my while. Like sometimes it'll be like buy one, get one free, or everything's 50% off. Don't tell me you got shoes 50% off because I'm just like, oh Lord. But sometimes I win because I'm part of Shoe Dazzle and Just Fab. And because I've spent so much money with them, like they just give me money to spend sometimes. Like they'll be like, oh, here's $20 towards a purchase. And that's the hint, like, hey, you ain't bought nothing in a while. Come spend some money over here, you know. But yeah, so I sometimes rack up a lot of credit and a lot of free cash. And so there was one time I bought, I think it was like three pairs of shoes and some clothes. And I think I only spent like 40, $50. Like I was winning big that day because I had credit and they were having a big sale. So that's when I will usually buy now, when I've got the credit to spend and the sale is a good one. But I love shoes. I love high heel shoes. And so I don't even wear them all the time. Sometimes I just buy them and they just kind of sit there like, but yeah, so I had to start regulating that. See, that's why cash envelopes help me. You can't you can't buy online with cash. That is true. That is true. I knew that I was out of control with online spending when I memorized my entire credit card number, expiration date, and the code on the back. That's when I knew I had an online shopping problem. And then I usually have my packages sent to my parents' house because my dad's usually home all day. So my daddy will be like, what did you order now? What did you get now? You got another package over here, you know, but I've gotten better. So I might need to start trying to incorporate some cash envelopes as part of my self-care because that's going to help me as part of my self-care. And then maybe I can budget or to maybe buy me a new pair of shoes and some new clothes maybe like once a quarter because I have a lot of stuff that I just don't even wear as it is now. So I really don't need to be buying anything else. I just don't. But I don't spend a lot of money on stuff. That's one thing I don't like to do. I don't like to spend a lot of money. I'm back. Had to go to the store quick. Oh, okay. Anything else that you guys do as far as like your mental and spiritual self-care? That's an area that I know I need to work. I need to work on. And I know Naive talked a little bit about meditation and y'all talked about, you know, like the listening to the calming music and stuff like that. I used to read a lot, and I'm thinking I need to start doing that too. It's just kind of like an escape for me. But then sometimes when I'm reading and I'm really into reading, I will neglect everything else just to read. So I just have to find a balance with it if I'm gonna get back into reading more. Self-care routine every night. Does my brother want to join us? That'll probably never happen, I leave. Probably never happen. I could probably get my older brother to join us before I can get that younger brother to join us. He was making noises again. Yeah, he ain't joining us. It ain't happening. Nope. Let's see. So I've gotten a lot of ideas from y'all. I have gotten better with as far as my hair routine. I just fell off the last couple of weeks, but I have gotten better at that, trying to do a wash day at least every week, at the most every 2 weeks. And I do deep condition almost every single time that I do wash day. Um, um, but I can definitely try to incorporate some of these things that you guys have suggested. Plan out your nights surrounding yourself. Care routine. Um, I'm trying to think of what I really need to focus on at night. That, like I said, that's usually when I read and do my Bible study, is at night, because I'm more awake than in the mornings, and I feel like I can give my attention to it better. And for the record, ma'am, high heels are not. I knew somebody was gonna say that. Yes, I know, Corkeisha. I know. I know. But here's part of the reason I've found this love for high heels. Not just because they're cute and fashionable and all that, but I have very high arches in my feet. And flat shoes kill my feet. Like, they kill my feet. And my foot is actually more comfortable in a high heel. I mean, it's just, I literally would teach in them all day. And when I say high, I don't mean like 1, 2 inches. I'm talking like 3 and up. Yeah. My mom and I were the same size shoe, but she hates that she can't borrow any of my shoes because the heels are so high. I have one pair of shoes that have a low heel. They have kind of like a little wedge, and that's because those were the shoes I wore with the uniform for the youth group at church. And I hate those shoes. But I don't own any flats. I don't own any flats at all. I don't own that one little shoe with a little wedge. And if it's not a high heel, then it's a flip flop or a tennis shoe. And I know they're not good for the back. But I must say, since I've not been doing the traditional teaching this year, I have not really worn high heels in months, because it's a more laid back dress code at the homeschool co-op where I work. And when I do private tutoring, I do not bother to really get all dressed up for private tutoring. So yeah, better arch support. Yeah. I like my heels though, y'all. Like, I got some cute heels. I got some cute heels. But yeah, my mom, she keeps telling me, wait till you get my age. You ain't gonna want to wear them anymore. Yeah, it's really laid back at the co-op. To tell you the truth, I go to work because I'm only there on Mondays, and I pretty much wear jeans every Monday to work, with either a sweater if it's cold, a long sleeve t-shirt or short sleeve t-shirt. And I don't think, my mother actually made me buy some flat boots, and I've only worn them once, because she was like, for cold days you need to go to work in those boots and not those high heel boots that you have. So I went and ordered these boots, I don't know. I ain't gonna say that I don't like them. They're just not me. Because even the boots that I own are 4 and 5 inch boots. Like, I don't own, this is the only flat boot that I have, or these ones that I just bought. So, yeah. Heels, no. Tree, pretty, fire, bad. Yeah, so I'm trying to get this contracted tutoring job with this charter school, and I actually have an interview with them tomorrow. And I'll probably end up dressing up there, I'm sure. Um, so I'll actually get some wear out of my clothes again and some wear out of my shoes again. Um, because like I don't go to church, and that's a whole nother story. And it's not that I don't want to go to church. We had some drama at our last church, so right now I haven't found another church that I want to attend. So that would be the other place that I would usually wear like my dressy clothes and my dressy shoes. And because I'm not going there and I'm not doing the regular teaching thing, my shoes and clothes are just kind of sitting there collecting dust in a sense. Um, so I've mainly been in jeans most of the year. So my jeans have gotten a lot of wear, but all of my other clothes not so much. Um, but yeah. I also, what was it? I'm going to check that book that I have too. Um, like I was saying, to check and see for maybe I might find something in there too to kind of help, like with relaxation and sleep in that book too. What is this, Nelly? Dear Black Jesus, we pray that Triple P guide her in this interview. Oh, thank you. Help her be herself, but also customer service presentable in the name of Black Jesus Christ. Amen. Thank you. Thanks. Yeah. The funny thing is, this school, they really need a teacher. And I'm really reluctant to just do regular teaching again. So, one of my former coworkers now works there, and he told me that they were in need of someone. But even if I wanted to do the regular teaching thing, my current schedule conflicts with that because I do the homeschool on Mondays, and then I have my private tutoring clients on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And so we'll we'll see how it goes. We'll see how that goes. I enjoy teaching. I don't enjoy all the other stuff that comes along with teaching is what I didn't enjoy. And I think I've mentioned on one of my lives before that, and I was actually thinking about it today because they told me I need to get the service records from all the other schools that I worked at. And it just brought back all these memories of all the drama and all the stuff that I went through at these other campuses. And I'm just like, man, nothing but God got me through all of that. Like, and I've always worked with high school. So I got stories to tell. Like, I've only taught high school kids. Now, as far as tutoring, I've tutored, from elementary on up. But as far as teaching, it's only been high schoolers, and high schoolers come with our own set of problems and issues and drama. Um, yeah. And it wasn't always the kids that were the problem. So it was just a very stressful thing. Everything will work in your favor. Positive vibes only. Yes, yes, yes. So the funny thing is, Corkeisha, I had already been thinking about going and trying to contract myself out to different schools. And that way, I'm still my own boss. I'm still making my own schedule. And then my former coworker added me as a friend on Facebook, and then he messaged me and told me they were looking for for someone. And I was like, Lord, you heard me, because I was about to go to one of the schools like around the corner from my house because I used to work for that campus, for that school before. Um, and then this came along. So, and they really, really need somebody right now. So, whatever I could do to help, I'm willing to do that. And I'm just gonna try to, like you said, Corkeisha, think about it in a positive way. What I've already been through, that's the past, and I'm just gonna think positive that God's not. I know there's always trials, and I'm just going to be positive that God won't put me through those same types of trials. Yes, He hears you. He always hears you. When nobody else is listening to you, He's listening. So yeah, they really need someone to do geometry and algebra 2, which coincidentally are two of the classes that I currently teach right now at the homeschool co-op. So it just kind of works. And when you say algebra, I'm like, yes, I'm all in. That's my thing. I love me some algebra. So I'm excited for this interview tomorrow. So we'll see how everything goes. And I will definitely keep y'all posted on it. My friend told me about the job I got, and I got hired within a week of applying. That is such a blessing. It's good when you got people looking out for you. And my former coworker, he was a counselor at the school I was at last year, and it was a bad year for us. Like, we had gotten a new administrator, and it was a bad year, and almost half the staff left at the end of the school year. That's how bad it was. Um, so I appreciate that he was looking out for me like that. So yeah. A lot of people usually will come to me about job offers and stuff, but usually there's some kind of conflict of scheduling most of the time. And I noticed on my LinkedIn that a lot of schools have been looking at my LinkedIn profile lately. And I'm just like, because I know one school that I went to, like a little mixer that they had, a charter school, and they don't have high school grades yet, but I think next year they start their high school grades, and they've been looking at my LinkedIn profiles, and I'm just like, I don't know. When I quit, I didn't teach for 3 years, decided to give it another shot. And then I'm like, can I do this again? Can I go back and do it full time all day again? Can I take that risk? I don't know. Because the reason I quit before, I really had to consider my emotional and mental health and my physical health, because I got assaulted by a student and nothing was really done about it. So that was like the final straw. They didn't move him out of my class or nothing. They kept him in my class. They didn't suspend him. Nothing happened to this kid. Like, it was just ridiculous. And he was bragging, oh, my mom's not going to do anything to me. She's just going to tell me I can't go to the gym for a week. So that's what I was dealing with. And it was just like absolutely ridiculous to have to still have this kid in your class. And that year was just so crazy. And y'all, this was the year I went to what is considered like one of the premier school districts here in San Antonio. Wrong. It was the worst year that I had. So yeah. If your gut is saying yes, then yes. Yeah, the funny thing about that situation, I was so calm that I scared myself. Like, and I told him, I said, you better be thanking Jesus right now. That's what I told him. I said, you should be thanking Jesus right now. Because any other day, I probably would have just like snapped. Yeah, put yourself first. Yes, I do like this contract situation, and that is something that I had thought about while I was miserable last school year. And immediately I was like, I should just go back to doing my private tutoring. But my client base really dropped this year, which was crazy because last year I had to turn people down. And so I kept saying, Lord, I know you must have something in plan because, like, where are my clients? And those that wanted to stick around, our schedules kept conflicting. So I guess he was just opening a door for this whole contract thing, which is so we're gonna see. We're gonna see how it goes. But I have been on here for almost an hour and a half, y'all. And I want to thank all of you that have joined me. Make sure you slay, subscribe, like, and accept the alerts if you haven't done so already. Thank you guys for sharing about your self-care. And I'm going to pray that we all do better because as women, I think we tend to put ourselves last sometimes. And there's really no excuse for me because I don't have a family. I don't have a husband that I have to attend to. I don't have kids that I have to attend to. I should be doing better with my self-care than I am. And I pray that you ladies will start taking more time for yourselves also, because we deserve it. You know, we deserve it. And I want to thank you guys for all of the suggestions. So I have written down a lot of stuff here today to go back and look into. So thank y'all for talking about the cash envelopes, you know, the Headspace app, the getting me correct about the melatonin. So now I know about that. And so yeah, I got a lot of good suggestions from you guys today. So yes, self-care 2019 and beyond. I like that. Yes, definitely need to take more time for self-care. So I'll keep y'all posted too and see if this twist out looks like something tomorrow as well. Thank y'all for joining Tuesday Talks. And don't forget, if you have a YouTube channel, you have an Instagram, go to my blog. It's pastrypumpsandpie.com. The first blog post that you'll see will be the planner party link up. Go link your planner spread or your YouTube Plan With Me video. That way you can meet some new planners, get to see how other people are using their spreads every week as well. And I really, really appreciate you guys. And thank y'all. And I will catch you guys on the next video. All right. All right. Bye-bye.